Ano ang nangyari sa crack ni Tito Doc?
In crack, there was a boy sitting. Then his ates were climbing trees and getting bubas. And then they said, "Come up." No, I don't want to. I'm right for. Because he was afraid to even just ride the Ferris wheel. And then they told him, "We're not gonna pick you any guavas." But then said, "Lola will get angry if you climb those trees." Back down and bought a guava for her little brother. There. So if I give you this, you won't tell on us, okay? The next day, he wanted his ates to respect him. Then he climbed a tall tree, and then his ates were eating bananas at the time and throwing the pears everywhere. Wow, even we don't dare to climb that. That was the tallest tree. He was very proud, but then he stepped on a banana pear, and then his shoulder hit the cement. There was a sound, crack. Then the sisters went there, and then they brought him to mom, and then it's a broken bone. They went to a doctor, and then they did an x-ray. The artist said, "Did the x-ray feel anything?" "No, it was just a breeze," he said. And then they saw that it was indeed a broken bone. Then they put a plastic cast on it so that it won't hurt anymore. Nice and cool. Then the doctor said to him to not let any water get in the cast, or to let any cockroaches or other bugs to get into it. He said yes, and then the whole load on his cast. Get well soon. And then after a month, he was okay na. He said, "Why is my right arm thinner than my left?" "That's a bit. You haven't been using it, but don't worry, it will get normal once you start using it. Be careful and put your trash in the trash bin."
Ano ang nangyari sa tuli ni Tito Doc na libro?
They were the only ones who did not get circumcised yet. His friend said to him that the one who got circumcised is very tall now. He got invited to a basketball school, and that there are two types of tuli. One is where you get vaccinated, and that it gets. And number two is where an old man, the traditional way is when an old man comes to you and then uses a hammer and a razor to cut it off, to carefully cut off the foreskin, and that you should chew guava leaves from the riverbank. One of them said, "Do it, or the others will laugh at us and tease us." And then he went to his father, and then he said, "Does circumcision makes you tall?" Then he said, "No." And then he said, "It's okay if you don't get circumcised or not," but they still wanted to be circumcised. So, friend took it the traditional way, while he took it the doctor way, the modern way. Then both of them got scared. When the first one who did it the modern way got vaccinated, and the second one, he saw an old man, and his father told him that all our people are circumcised this way, and then they both did it. So it all worked out good. Is to not be afraid.